Hi, it's Melinda Sweetman here with you today. I have been wanting to get some of my stash used up for quite a while, and I pulled out, I'll pop the photo aside for a minute. I've pulled out what's left of my Cameron collection by Elle Studio. I absolutely love this collection. I don't have much left, so I've got this one paper and some of the cards, and as you can see I don't have much of this left at all, so I just want to get it used up. I love this collection, but I don't want to see it sitting on my shelf for the rest of its life, right? So I've got all these bits left. I've got a few of these little tags left, and a couple of, so I've chopped down some of the frames and I've kept the bits. I've also got the stamp set, which I love, so appropriate. And I pulled a couple of other bits from my stash, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this as my title. It's a Heidi Swapp piece. I actually got it from Scrapping Clearly long before I joined the design team, and I love it. It's layered, it's dimensional, it's Heidi Swapp, it's awesome colours, so I think I'm going to use that for my title. Pulled these out. I think I got them at a retreat in a goodie bag. So just some Bella Boulevard little, they're called Little Bits in Blueberry. And I thought that I could make some of these stickers work from October Afternoon Daily Flash. My boy, Thumbs Up, Dude, I call both of them Dude all the time, and all of these. So yeah, I decided I'm going to scrap these two photos. There's a selfie of the four of us, and someone else kindly offered to take this photo of the four of us. We spent a fun day at Adventure World over the school holidays, so that's the photo that I'm going to scrap. I thought that the colours in my shirt particularly really work well with the collection, but yeah, it's at a fun park, so I'm going to run with that. I'm going to pop you on fast forward and get to work. So I'm back again, and as you can see I'm just sorting all my stuff out, moving it all back over to the side. First thing I'm going to do here is trim down my two photos. They worked out a little bit smaller than 3x4 each. So yeah, I'm just trimming those down, and I have sped up this next little bit a fair bit, because I muck around with the cards and embellishments a fair bit before I can actually decide what I'm doing. So I originally thought that I was going to put my photos above one another like that. As you'll see though, it does move around a bit, and that is not where they stay. Seriously, I love this piece of ephemera, title, whatever you want to call it. I just absolutely love it. And you can see there, Hunter's little face fits right between the star and the A for awesome, and it was like it was meant for this particular page. So this is more or less the design that I came up with. I did actually toy with the idea of leaving this clean and simple, and my mixed media kind of took over. But I could have left it plain and simple, and it would have looked really good. I would have been quite happy with it still. So, excuse me. So perhaps that will be my next challenge, to do a clean and simple layout. So I cut that frame in half, and I only ended up using the top half of it. I just couldn't get the bottom half to fit in a place where you could read it. But I do love that pop of dark blue at the top. Just marking out where my bits and pieces are going to go, so that I can come in with, of course, some mixed media. Starting with some white gesso, and this is from Colour Blast. Both of the gessos are absolutely beautiful. They go on so smoothly. I'm so impressed. So that's all dried off now. Like I said, I did a really thin coat, more just so that the colour didn't do stupid things to the paper. I knew I was going to be using a fair bit of water, and I'm using the Colour Shimmer Dusts. This one is the Duke colour, and I've just put a little bit of the powder on some packaging, first I added the water and then the powder, and then I realised that it was going to be way too much to do the packaging technique, so I've got another piece of plastic and I'm literally just smushing the colour around. This technique is super fun, super easy, you cannot get it wrong. I'm a bit particular with not having like corners and straight lines, but while it's still wet you can just smush the plastic again and there's no more straight lines. adding some splatters with the leftover blue there. And again, just with the paintbrush, loading it up with colour and then letting a couple of big drips drip and then sprinkling some little drips. Dry that off quickly, soaked up some of the excess water, and so I'm going to use the Shimmer Dust in Paris, which is a beautiful green colour. I know that it looks yellow in the tub, but it is a beautiful green colour. I absolutely love it. The more I'm talking here, the more I can hear that I sound a bit nasally. I seem to have picked up a cold, so I'm sorry for that, but these things happen, right? Bear with me, and hopefully I'll make it through the voiceover. So again, I'm just smooshing more of the Paris, because this colour is absolutely beautiful. I absolutely love it. I'm not normally a huge green fan, but I can't get enough of this colour. So again, I'm just smooshing that down, and the good thing about blue and green is they can mix together and you do not get mud. Excuse me. So I've just added green in a couple of places, and I'm coming back in again with some more splatters. Mixing up some more of that colour because I didn't have enough. It doesn't help any that I'm using the tiniest littlest brush I could find. All of my brushes were either in the kitchen, they'd just been cleaned, or, well, that's where they were. No, some had come back and they were put aside somewhere where I don't normally put them for whatever reason I did this time, so that was dumb. So just adding a few sprinkles of the green, and there's a close-up of that. So I decided to cut off the branding strip because that's kind of helpful, and I'm just going to start assembling all my layers. It pretty much stays how I had it set up before, but it gets to the point where I just go, just stick it, stop mucking about and just stick it down, because the more you move it, the more things move, and it's annoying and frustrating. So I'm just starting with those couple of bits there, and I end up swapping those around and putting the green and then the yellow, and I'm just looking for my tiny attacher to attach those layers to each other. And then I'll just glue that all together. So my hubby recently, I was buying some more cameo mats, and he'd heard me talking about about if I should get an ATG or not, and he said, you know what, just do it. So I've got one on the way. I can't wait to see. I hope that I don't hate it. I'm terrified of using it. That thing looks like a monster, but hopefully. So I'm using the stamp set here, and the stamp just says So Much Fun. It's got some arrows on it, but I didn't want to ink those up for the little tab, but I do ink the whole stamp up and do a couple of stamps in the background, one of which I completely cover up. Actually, I think I cover most of them up with the embellishments and stuff. I didn't think that through very well, but that's okay. A little bit of texture in the background. So I'll start by sticking down my journaling card, and then the right hand photo, the left hand photo, I put a little bit of foam on the top of it just to bring it up to the same level as what the title piece is. Pop that under there. Then I remembered, oh my goodness, this blue frame, I forgot to put it in. It's in a different place to where I had it before, but I really am happy with how it is. I really like the placement here. I'm just peeling the backing off that. And again, I'm just making sure that I've got that placement exactly right, because a little bit one way or the other and my son's face will be covered up. At this point I realised that just below the awesome word there's no colour. So I pulled out the Duke Shimmer Dust again and a bit of packaging, mixing the colour up, and I'm just going to apply it in a couple of places with the paintbrush, being careful not to get it everywhere. I knew that if I tried the packaging technique I would get it everywhere, so I just went in with a paintbrush, which worked pretty successfully until I tried I tried to heat it up, and then my fingers started to get very hot. So I was like, that's not a good idea. So just adding a little bit more blue to a few areas. Yeah, add a few splatters as well. I actually remembered to cover my photos and add a few splatters. What am I doing? Oh, so I've decided to get some little foam squares to attach behind the Awesome Day, because part of it is popped up and the other part isn't, and it was just going a bit weird. So I just added some little foam squares behind some of the areas that needed it. So I'm really super happy that I got to use up some of this. I still have some left. I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to use the rest in a Project Life layout, or 2 or 3. My only problem with this collection, and I'm sorry for you US people, but you guys can't spell. You miss the U's out of everything. There's no U in favourite, there's no U in colour, and I really struggle with it. One of the squares above where my main cluster is on this particular layout has got favourite written, and I tried to leave it, but I ended up covering it up because it's just not spelled right. Funny the things that we can just roll with and the things that we can't. We all have our funny little quirks, don't we? So I decided to add a couple of those little circle tab things from the collection, my journaling. I searched everywhere for my pen. I couldn't find it, so I ended up using a different pen. But it's all good. It's a pen, and it wrote the story, and I'm happy. That's me covering up the word favourite. And so I added a few more of those word stickers to a couple of other places on the page, so they didn't look quite so random. I really don't mean any offence to anyone, but yeah, our little quirks crack me up. So just adding a few more of those little word stickers, checking that to see if there's anything that I want to use on there. There's not. I think it's busy enough. I think that Awesome Day piece is quite busy. I really love the layeredness, the writing, the font, the banners. I just love all of it. So yeah, I come in. That's my date stamp, and then I come in with. I think that one says La 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 Love You. That is from October afternoon. And that one is the new Amy Tan one, and it says Celebrate. So again, I'm remembering to cover my photos. I'm going in with my Road Base Colour Spray by Colour Blast. The colour sprays are a flat colour, no shimmer. And doing a few sprinkles, and I'm going, this is working really well, this looks fabulous. I'm getting these nice big droplets and lots of little ones, and I only want a few. And then that one there goes all crazy. So I add a bit more and make it bigger, but in the end it's not too noticeable. It's not like, oh my god, what did she do there? Coming up to a quick close-up of the finished page while the ink is still drying. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. If you do want me to try something different, or you want to see more of something in particular, please leave me a comment below. I would love to hear. I had so much fun just playing with some of my stash. If you're like me and don't get the chance to often, just pull something out and play with it. Thank you again for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it, and remember to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!